Hello there, friends. The table set for our Sunday morning spread from Cards of Light, Bright Blessings of the Tarot for Sunday, November 6th, 2022. Brian Noe with you. Glad to be with you once again this week. Thanks for joining me. We will go to the table and give the cards a little bit more of a shuffle here before we get started this week. Just one last little bit of overhand shuffling here to make sure we got things mixed up well. And then we will take a moment, as always, to get our minds still before we begin. Just a few soft breaths. All right. As is our custom on Sunday mornings, we will be looking at the 4 dimensions of life with these cards, starting with the spiritual. And we have the 4 of Cups. Social emotional, we have Queen of Swords. Mental dimension, we have the Empress. And in the physical dimension, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. Set these out nice and pretty. And kind of take a look at the overview here before we begin. We're working with the Thoth deck again this week. Okay. So we have 1 major, an ace, another pip card, and a court card this week. And we have 3 of the 4 suits represented. The one that we're missing is the discs, the suit of the earth. So we have fire, water, and air in this Empress card. Well, she's pretty earthy, I would say. So let's take these one by one. Okay, over here in the physical dimension, which is the part of our life that has to do with our physical environment, our physical health, financial matters, that sort of thing. We have the Ace of Wands. Wands, the suit of passion, the suit of fire, the suit of desire, the suit of the stuff that really lights us up. And this ace is kind of where the energy of that suit all begins. It is, and we've talked about this before, aces represent not so much the first expression of the energy of a suit as the first idea of that energy, or the first potential for that energy. So this is like, the primordial fire. It could be the torch of Prometheus or something like that, if you wanted to be poetic about it. For me, it usually represents the beginning of the creative process, something that occurs to us, or something that is important to us to express in our lives, whether that is actually, we've got little dogs that are expressing something in the room upstairs, whether that is an actual creative project of some sort in terms of like art or music, or something along those lines, or whether it is just something inside us that wants to come out, wants to be expressed in the world. That's the way I think of it. And so, coming as this does in the physical dimension of our lives, look for a spark of some sort, a notion to occur, a desire to sort of present itself in the coming week that is going to have an impact on matters having to do with physical health, or with the physical environment, or with finances, or something along those lines. So that's the way I would read that one, and I'd say don't ignore that. If some really strong urge hits, I'm getting the sense that this is about somebody changing where they live And not just like moving across town, but like, hey, I'm going to go live in Puerto Rico or something along those lines. I don't know why that came to mind. Maybe it is Puerto Rico. Who knows? Wouldn't that be something? But some sort of something that just will present itself as, hey, I'd like to do this. Don't ignore that. At least look into it. See what it would take to make that desire real, because I think it would be good for you if you did. Take that for what it's worth. Okay. Social dimension, Queen of Swords. This is the card of discernment and making good decisions. Sometimes it's quick decisions. So when I see this card, I want to be wary against making too quick a cut, as is kind of the nature of this card. That she just, looks at things very quickly, makes really good decisions, but doesn't dilly-dally with them. But there can be a tendency maybe sometimes to cut a little too quick and to cut others off. And I'm getting the sense that look at this severed head over here. I'm getting the sense this week that this is what this is about for somebody, where there is a temptation to just write somebody off. And I'm getting the feeling that that we may be better off not doing that. So a call for discernment, a call for weighing things, being deliberate, but maybe taking a little bit of time, especially if it's an important decision, if it's about ending a relationship or cutting somebody out of an activity or a project that we're involved in or something like that. Don't be hasty in the coming week. This dimension of our lives is the one that deals with relationships and emotions. And this character is not, at least on the surface, a very kind of emotionally driven person. Swords are the suit of the mind. And this is the card that deals with the heart to a certain extent. But at the same time, the nature of this character and this card is to make really good, prudent decisions, to make them quickly. And maybe that is sometimes at the expense of relationships and of maybe what this character may even feel about the situation. It's not exactly mechanical, but it is, she's very crafty and knows what she's doing, knows what she wants, and processes information very quickly. Anyway, enough about all of that, but I'm getting the sense that a tendency will present itself to just say, okay, I've had enough of this, and cut somebody off, and that may not be the wise thing to do this week. So take a second look if you're having that urge. Go ahead and do it if you feel like it's the thing to do, but maybe at least take a breath first. Okay, up here in the dimension of the mind, we have the Empress. And this card is about love, beauty, happiness, fruitfulness, graciousness, gentleness, elegance, all of the attributes of the great mother archetype. Fertility, nature, nurturing, all of those sorts of attributes that we typically associate with that archetype. And so coming here in the mental dimension, I'm getting the sense that this is about needing to get outdoors. Here in North America, where I live, we're getting into some beautiful autumn weather now, but winter is right around the corner, so we need to get outside while we can. And this is going to be good for our mental landscape. If we have been nose to the grindstone, just consumed with either work or studies or something like that, get out and breathe some fresh air. Get out in some green spaces this week. It's going to be good for our productivity and the mental aspects of our lives the rest of the time if we take just a little bit of time to get out and go for a walk or something along those lines. So nurture your mind is the other message here. Good books, meditation, all of the stuff that we can do to sort of settle ourselves down, to help our mind focus better when we need to bring it to bear on solving problems or on work or studies or something like that. We need to take care of ourselves and take care of our minds in the first place. So probably enough said about that one. Okay, we've got the Four of Cups over here in the spiritual dimension. And Crowley styles this one luxury. I think of this card as, well, first of all, Cups, the suit of the heart, the suit of emotions. Fours generally the cards of stability. We've mentioned before, to think about the four legs of a table or a chair or something like that. Very stable, the cornerstones of a building. But in this case, it also is about maybe feeling a little bit too stable and not realizing that things always change. We might be in a nice, stable place now, but we might be getting a little bit bored with it. This is also the card of, at least in this Thoth deck, there is a card meaning for it of resisting temptation. And so that, I'm getting the sense that's what we're dealing with this week, that in the spiritual dimension of our lives, the one that has to do with meaning that we find and with legacy and all of that, there is going to be something present itself this week that is not particularly good for us, that over the long haul is not going to be satisfying to us, but it's going to be very attractive. It's going to have something to do with lush life, with luxury. I don't know whether this is, well, I don't even want to speculate. For some reason, I'm not even going to say. Let's just say that that something's going to present itself this week that will be very attractive, and we'll want to resist that. It'll be good for us in the long haul, over the long haul, in all of these dimensions of our lives. I'm seeing I'll just say it, I'm seeing a red luxury car here. I don't know why. It just popped into my head. So, and I didn't want to say it because it sounds silly, but that's the way it's going to present itself. I have a sense for somebody. I don't know whether it's the car itself or it's who is in the car that's going to be the temptation, or the card is going to take you to a place where there will be temptations to be had. But for heaven's sake, watch out. If you call an Uber and they pull up in like a red luxury car, maybe think twice about that this week. That's about as goofy as you can get in a reading. Okay, so summarize here. This is the card that draws my attention the most. Don't cut too quick. Don't ignore some sort of really powerful thought that comes to you, and I think it's about a physical move. Get outside some, do some stuff that is good for relaxation and for your mind. So these two, you got to balance between these two. This one is saying, hey, go. This one's saying, hey, resist temptation. So you'll just have to make the best of that you can, I guess. Maybe those two cards are for different people this week or something. Who knows? It's like it's just always hard to tell with these. So it's like Enrique. Enrique says, I just tell you what I see. I don't make predictions or anything like that. Take it for what it's worth. Take 2 aspirin. Call me in the morning. So that's about it. I think that will do it. Or I think we've had enough fun for this week. I should be back on Thursday for 3-Card Thursday, and would love to see you then. Please do like, comment, share on these videos if you're enjoying them. And until Thursday, as always, I wish you peace. Take care of yourself. Stay out of trouble this week.